Hi, I'm David DeCoteau, and I'm at the Trailers from Hell Studios in Hollywood. Women in prison movies have been popular off and on for the past 5 or 6 decades. But when you're a low-budget filmmaker, as most of my films are low-budget, and you want to make a woman in prison movie, sometimes you can't afford the prison, but you can always afford a chain. That's what Lee Frost did with Chain Gang Women.
All right, close it up. We're moving out.
All right, you heard the man. Let's move it.
Lee Frost was a pretty incredible filmmaker. He directed over 30 movies over probably a 3 or 4 decade career. He's no longer with us, but I've always liked his work. He was always, even though he worked in exploitation pictures, he always did such a terrific job. Worked for David Friedman in the early 60s on The Defilers, which is actually a very nasty little movie, but effective and well-directed. Went on to work for Bob Cressy on Love Camp 7. He directed that picture, and then he got to direct for AIP on The Thing with Two Heads, which is an oddball movie. But directed films like The Black Gestapo. But Lee Frost got a shot at the big time. He was hired by 20th Century Fox to direct Race with the Devil. And there's been some conflicting reports, but Lee did not last long on the movie. About 3 or 4 days into the movie, I understand he was either let go or there were some creative differences. But I've heard various stories. In the DVD release, Peter Fonda says the director wasn't up to the job. But I also heard that Lee Frost was ahead of schedule and shot not as much film as they were hoping. And they felt that did not serve the movie well. So it's the first time I've heard of somebody getting fired for being ahead of schedule, but that was the rumor going around for years about Lee Frost on Race with the Devil. Lee went on to direct more movies, but much smaller, never worked for a major studio again. But, Dave Friedman I talked to one day many, many years ago, and he said, DeCoteau, there's only 3 really great directors in the sexy exploitation business, and that was Radley Metzger, Russ Meyer, and Lee Frost. Very well-respected director, and unfortunately Chain Gang Women is not one of his better movies, but go ahead and check it out anyway.